What a night for Kudus Mohammed. On a day when he was being talked about as a person of transfer and news going into a new club, he showed the club he's potentially joining what exactly they are going to get. A hat trick, a 4-1 victory for Ajax versus LUDOGRETS saw Kudus Mohammed shine the brightest. A beautiful game for him as he grabbed a hat-trick in Ajax's 4-1 win over Ludogorets. Ghanaian player Bernard Tekpete was also on show. Unfortunately for him, Kudus outshone everyone on the pitch. We're going to talk about Kudus Mohammed, the latest on the front of West Ham. And we'll talk about Antoine Semenyo. He reacted to scoring a goal at Anfield despite it being in a loss. And also Abdul Fattah Isahaku, a person of interest for Leicester City. It was Crystal Palace, now Leicester City. We'll delve into all that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. Ghanaian man in Kudus Mohammed, the man of the moment right now. Now, before the game versus Ludogorets in the Europa League playoffs, Kudus Mohammed was reported that he would not be involved today because of that West Ham improved bid, which was said to be accepted by Ajax. And we're still not getting a response on the front of Ajax as to whether they've agreed to the deal or not. But that news was quashed when the team news came out and Kudus Mohammed was named in the starting 11. The Ghanaian did not disappoint. On a night when he was a person of interest and many young West Ham fans or old West Ham fans would have been wondering, who have we just agreed a deal for? Let me sit down and watch him. He did not disappoint. Kudus took center stage and gave these new West Ham fans for him a show. He scored a hat-trick, beating Ludogorets 4-1 away from home. And Kudus Mohammed is endearing himself already into the hearts of the West Ham faithful. It was a great night for him as he grabbed his first goal and his second goal within 3 minutes. Many people were talking about him on social media by then and wondering, who is this guy? After the second half resumed, 50th minute, after Steven Bergwijn got a third goal for Ajax, he added the fourth one, and it was an assist by Bergwijn for him, and it was 4-0. A great victory for Ajax, who will play in the second leg of the Europa League qualifiers, a playoff game that will see who makes it into the Europa League group stages. Ajax, owing to the fact that they did not finish on top of the Eredivisie, had to play this playoff. But the man of the moment, Kudus Mohammed, has endeared himself in a way to West Ham fans. Could this pull up Chelsea and Arsenal to the party and increase the bid to sway Ajax into accepting those bids? Well, we'll see about that. But already this season, Kudus Mohammed has been involved in 5 goals, 5 goal involvements, 4 goals, 1 assist for the Ghana Black Stars man, and he is much talked about, deservedly so. He is going to impress at West Ham or wherever he decides to join, because we've not heard anything yet on that front. The Hammers are getting this player, and it is going to be an amazing season for them in midfield. Kudus Mohammed into the Premier League, shining on the Europa League night with 3 beautiful goals, a hat-trick. What a way to announce yourself or to finish playing for Ajax. It could be his last match, mind you. So we'll see what happens on that front. We'll see how things progress. We'll see what happens in the next few hours, days, and see if Ajax officially accept that bid. 90% surety on the front of West Ham that Ajax are going to accept this improved bid. Anything is possible in the transfer market, and we are not going to rule out any last-minute changes happening, especially with such a performance from the Ghanaian on Europa League night. Bernard Tekpete, as I said, was in action as well. He played 56 minutes of this one here before being hauled off by his team. It was not a night to remember for him, as all the aplomb went to Kudus Mohammed there. We wish them all the very best. We hope that Kudus does make the right choice for his future. West Ham is the likely destination. It could be a stepping stone to greater things for the Ghanaian. Your thoughts in the comments box on Kudus' 3 goals and the hat-trick scored. My next story has to do with Antoine Semenyo, who scored a goal versus Liverpool over the weekend. Unfortunately, his team could not hold on to get the win. So it was an interview where he described the feeling of scoring at Anfield. The Black Stars forward has opened up on scoring at Anfield. The 23-year-old scored his opening goal of the game versus Bournemouth, but they suffered a defeat. The goal was Semenyo's first of the season after serving an assist in the opener. I found out on Saturday morning when asked if he knew he was starting at Anfield. But you've always got to be ready if you're on the bench or starting. So I was happy to get the start, happy to get the goal, but the result is what we wanted. Semenyo was only making his 3rd start for the Cherries since joining in January from Bristol City. The lanky forward has been troubled by injuries in recent time. It's been tough the last couple of months with his shin injury, but I just had strong mentally and physically and get myself ready to the best I am. I've done well enough to get a start, so I just need to keep going and keep building myself, he said. Semenyo scoring at Anfield was a dream come true, but the English-born Ghanaian is not getting carried away by that performance. It's almost like a dream come true. But I've been working for this, and I just need to keep working. Hopefully, I can get many more goals in the other stadiums. I'm happy with myself and happy with how I felt. I've got on so far. So Antoine Semenyo there expressing his delight of scoring at Anfield. Unfortunately, he did not end in a victory for his club side. He would have wanted the victory more than probably scoring the goal, but you take them as they come and you hope that you get better opportunities to prove yourself. Semenyo will be in action for Ghana in their final AFCON qualifier game versus Central African Republic. A must win. A draw could be enough, but a win to send out a statement to the African continent on Ghana's preparedness for the next continental showpiece. Final story has to do with Abdul Fattah Isahaku. According to a report, Leicester City have piqued his interest. The highly rated attacker is expected to join the Foxes on an initial loan deal with the option of a permanent move for 14 million euros at the end of the current season. Isahaku arrived in Europe on April 2022 from Ghana side Steadfast FC for 1.2 million euros on a 5-year contract to ward off future suitors. However, after making just 12 appearances across all competition in the Sporting CP first team, he's allowed to leave Portugal. He also made 14 appearances for Sporting CPB, where he scored 5 goals, including a hat-trick in the UEFA Youth League. Sporting tendered an offer worth 8 million euros from Premier League side Crystal Palace for the Ghanaian teenager, as per reports. I would say Abdul Fattah Isahaku needs to focus on his developing his career, probably staying at Sporting and learning the trade will do him a world of good. Moving up and down like that, looking for the next big thing, well, anything to help his career move forward is what he'll be looking at. So that has been it for today. Kudus MOHAMMED, the man of the moment with a hat-trick. Antoine Semenyo excited with his first goal of the season. Fattah Isahaku could be a Leicester City player in the championship. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great evening.